Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Welcome to the graduation ceremony at the University of Akron. Please take a moment now to identify the nearest exit to you so you can safely exit the building if it should become necessary to do so. Out of respect for the dignity of this ceremony, we ask that you turn off your cell phone, pager, or other personal communication or entertainment devices. Please refrain from using personal communication devices during the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding of this request. Our graduation ceremony will begin in a few moments.
Candidates, please be seated. Let's try this a second time. Candidates, please be seated. Mr. President, the candidates are assembled.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Matt Wilson, and I am the 17th president of the University of Akron. It's my privilege and honor today to extend a most cordial welcome to all those who have joined us for the 220th commencement ceremonies of the University of Akron. Graduates, welcome. And also, I'd like to welcome the parents, spouses, relatives, and friends who truly have helped make this day possible. We're here to celebrate this achievement. We're here to have pride and to share in this celebration. At this time, will everyone please rise and join Catherine Swift in the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated. That was much better the second time. Today, we are gathered in formal convocation with graduates in the areas of applied science and technology and health professions. Just so you have an idea of who you're graduating with today, our spring class consists of 2,994 candidates from 29 states and 39 countries. This group, our class for the spring of 2017, includes 66 candidates for doctorate degrees, 91 candidates for Juris Doctor degrees, 649 for master's degrees, 1,886 for bachelor's degrees, and 302 for associate's degrees. I want to begin with a few important introductions. Who is up here on the stage? First and foremost, we are joined by representatives of our distinguished faculty, including this ceremony's Grand Marshal. Our Associate Professor of Applied General and Technical Studies, Ms. Kelly Webb-Bronstrup. Will Ms. Webb-Bronstrup, as well as our faculty, please rise and be recognized. Thank you. We are also honored to have with us members of our Board of Trustees of the University of Akron. I ask as they stand as they call their name and that they remain standing and that we hold our applause until all have been introduced. The chairman of our board, Mr. Roland H. Bauer of Silver Lake, Mr. Warren L. Wolfred of Akron, and Assistant Secretary of the Board and Associate Vice President and Deputy General Counsel, Mr. John J. Riley of Avon. Now please join me in greeting our trustees and board officer. Thank you. We are also pleased to have with us, representing the University of Akron administration, several individuals. These individuals devote their time, talents, tireless efforts to try to make your experience here at the University of Akron the best that it can be. So please join me in welcoming Senior Vice President and Provost Dr. Rexty Ramsayer, Vice President of Development Mrs. Kimberly M. Cole, Vice President of Student Affairs Dr. John A. Messina, Dean of the Williams Honors College Dr. Lakeisha K. Ramsom, Chief of Staff Ms. Barbara Weinzierl, Executive Dean of the Graduate School Dr. Chand Midda, Dean of the College of Applied Science and Technology Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy, Dean of University Libraries, Dr. Amy DeChambeau, and Associate Dean of the College of Health Professions, Dr. Marlene Huff. Please join me in greeting these colleagues. We are also pleased to have other important members of our university family on stage with us as well. These include Associate Director of the Center for Advising and Student Success and University Order, Mr. John Lynch, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management, University Order, Ms. Lori Thorpe, Director of Alumni Relations, Mr. William Coleman, and our vocalist, Mrs. Catherine Swift, who's also a student in our School of Music. Please join me in greeting these individuals as well. I would now like to ask Mr. Roland Bauer, Chair of the University of Akron's Board of Trustees, to extend greetings on behalf of the board. Mr. Bauer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon. On behalf of the University of Akron's Board of Trustees, I offer a warm welcome to our guests, and especially to the Spring 2017 graduating class. Graduates, you are the primary reason why this university exists, and we thank you for entrusting us with your higher education. You had many options from which to choose, and we sincerely hope your Akron experience has proven that you chose wisely. In addition to conveying our gratitude, we want you to know that we appreciate and applaud your accomplishments here. Through great effort and perseverance, you have seized opportunities to broaden and sharpen your thinking, expand your worldview, attain professional and personal growth, and become educated citizens. Now you will have more and greater opportunities to thrive, to contribute, and to serve. My fellow trustees and I wish that the journey awaiting you will be filled with good health, good fortune, and continued success, and will, from time to time, lead you back here to your alma mater. We are honored to join with your families, friends, and faculty in celebrating this important milestone. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer. Today I have the opportunity, the honor, and the privilege of sharing some of my thoughts with you on this celebratory day. But first and foremost, my dear graduates, the class of 2017, welcome and congratulations. Make no mistake about it, what you've achieved is truly, truly remarkable. You made it through all of your classes, at least the ones you attended. You made it through hundreds of assignments, probably hundreds of tests, tough grading, and so many, many other things. But now, here we are to celebrate you and your graduation from the University of Akron. As we celebrate, I wanted to share a few thoughts and insights with you. About 2 weeks ago, I set off on a journey to Asia, where I visited 6 different universities, including 3 in China, 2 in Japan, and 1 in South Korea. During my trip, I drove by ageless city walls, towering pagodas, ancient temples, traditional Asian art, and even modern skyscrapers. I observed and interacted with people from 3 distinctly different cultures. I even had some unique opportunities, including kicking off the 13th annual National Ballroom Dancing Championships in China. Now, I don't dance, so it certainly wasn't that, but they asked me to share a few remarks in English, and I learned 2 sentences in Chinese about 15 minutes before my speech. Hopefully they taught me the right words. In any event, as I traveled around Asia, I was struck by the high regard that others have for the University of Akron and for the value of your degrees. Looking from the outside in, the world sees how UA embraces excellence in academics, research, hands-on learning, experiential learning, arts, music, technology, science, sports, and so many, many other things. The world realizes that the University of Akron empowers lives, including yours. I don't know about you, but personally, I'm very grateful for the University of Akron and its positive impact it has on you, on our city, on our region, our state, our nation, and the world. My hope is that during your time here at the University of Akron, you have been able to have this gratitude for this great university come to you. Now, going forward, after today, you can show your gratitude simply by expressing Akron pride during conversations, during tweets, Facebook posts, postings on Instagram, and the like. You can also do that by supporting us going forward. What you do helps us. What we do is going to help you. But more than anything, never take your degree for granted. In fact, always stand proud of your achievements. Because today, here you are, having arrived at your graduation ceremony. Or, as we like to call today, commencement. Now let's stop for a second. By trade, I'm an attorney. Regardless of what you think of attorneys, we're here to help. Part of what we do in the process is we break down words, because every word has a specialized meaning. And so as I was flying back from Asia, I had a flight from Tokyo to Detroit, and then Detroit connecting to Akron. I started to think about what I might say, and I pulled my laptop out, and I started to type out this speech. And I started to think about the concept of graduation and commencement. Interestingly, in our society, we use those words interchangeably. But if you think about it, graduation and commencement, they don't mean the same thing. In fact, you could even make the argument that they point in opposite directions. To graduate means to advance to a new level, to leave a current status or condition, and to rise to a new one. And to commence, well, you know the meaning of that word. At least you should, given that you're sitting here in a cap and gown and we're giving you a degree today. But in a more symbolic sense, graduation looks back at who you have been and how far you have come. It's a way of raising your hand and saying in the sounds of, or in the words of the movie The Sound of Music, so long, farewell. I hate to go and leave this pretty sight. Or more simply, it's been great. Thank you, UA, colleagues, faculty, and friends for the memories. Your impending graduation should enable you to pause, to reflect on your successes, your accomplishments, and growth, the things that you have experienced while studying here at UA. Conversely, commencement has a different connotation. Commencement actually spins you around 180 degrees in the opposite direction. Commencement, or commence, really means to put a foot forward and say, "Get ready, world, here I come." Commencement should be a time to focus on where you're headed in the future, what you will accomplish next, and how you will best continue to learn and grow. That is why we refer to the ceremony today as a commencement, not a graduation. We actually feel that it's our duty as your alma mater, focus on that alma mater phrase for a second. In the midst of this celebration, we want to gently tap you on the shoulder, point to the horizon and say, "Go, full speed ahead." So speaking as president on behalf of your alma mater, I again want to pause here for a brief moment to consider an interesting term. We've talked about graduation and commencement, so let's talk about alma mater. Do you know what that means? Alma mater is actually Latin. It means, very appropriate for today, nourishing or bountiful mother. I didn't know. But the more I thought about that term, alma mater, a nourishing mother, I was thinking, as faculty, administrators, and staff here at the University of Akron, that's what we have tried to do for you, to create a nourishing and bountiful environment and experience. In fact, as your alma mater, we hope that we can continue to do the same, serving as your nourishing mother. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Parenthood, featuring Steve Martin. If you haven't, that's one of my homework assignments for you. Check it out. Because in that movie, there's a poignant, bittersweet moment where the patriarch character, played by Jason Robard, he starts to discuss the responsibilities of parenthood with his son, Steve Martin. Robard says of parenting, "It never ends. There's no end zone. You never cross the goal line, spike the ball, or do your touchdown dance. Never." Now, the parents seated in the balcony here know exactly what I mean. The parents sitting among you in cap and gown who are graduating know it as well. As a father of 4 and a grandfather of 2, I can attest to this as well. Parenthood, it's a lifelong responsibility, privilege, and a joy. As your university parents, we feel the same attachment with you. So today, in our role as parents, we say commence. But before you leave, just like any good parent, we want to check and make sure that you have everything that you need in your backpack before you go out the door. We've given you much, and hopefully you feel the weight of that backpack. But as you stand at this threshold, I know you're eager or anxious to move on to your next adventure. But I've been a dad much too long to let you go without first offering some advice on behalf of your university family. I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Stephen R. Covey. Dr. Covey was one of the world's foremost leadership authorities, organizational experts, thought leaders, and a renowned author before his passing a couple of years ago. His most popular book was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, there's your second piece of homework. Go and read this wonderful book. In this book, Mr. Covey advocated that when we try to decide what we want to do in life, that we should begin with the end in mind. So start thinking now, as you commence, what is that end? I implore you to go and set the goal and to work towards it, keeping in mind the pathway might not always be straight or as you had imagined. Now, I believe that your presence here at this ceremony should be proof to you of the validity of that advice. This moment, you're seated here in cap and gown, probably wishing that I would stop talking so you could come up and get your degree. Getting your degree is what you had in mind when you enrolled as freshmen. You set a goal, and now you're on the verge of actually reaching that goal. How you got to this commencement ceremony, though, is as varied as the faces in this crowd. Maybe you came from the area here. Maybe you came from a different part of Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, New York. Maybe you're from a further place here in the United States, maybe even someplace across the globe. Maybe you changed majors once, twice, or 3 times. My daughter's done it 4 times. According to her, it's only 3. Maybe you stuck to a program and you sliced right through. Maybe you're graduating in 1 year, 2, 4, or 6. Maybe life intervened along the way and you had to defer college or even graduation. Maybe you returned for an advanced degree. You've put in many, many years to get to this point. Regardless as to whether your path to this moment was a straight line or a meandering wobble, you knew where you wanted it to lead. Then you did the work, you took the steps, and you arrived here today. And I know, as diverse as your pathways have been, you all share a commonality. You persevered. You never gave up. I take my hat off to you. Going forward, remember this advice and replicate the process. There's enormous power in knowing what that goal is, and then success means effort, grit, commitment, patience, and sacrifice as you go after that goal. In fact, everything starts with knowing what you want and where you want to go. So pursue your goals now. Now, I imagine there's some of you in the audience today that are still trying to figure out what that goal might be. So pause for a second. Talk to those that are around you, your friends, your supporters, your professors, the administrators here, folks at work. Find out what you like, what you're good at, what type of opportunities are out there, and set that goal. Focus on that goal and develop it. You will see the blessings come out of that. Now, my second piece of advice is related. It's once you've got that goal, run hard towards it. Run fast and excel, while at the same time paying attention to what really, truly matters in life. My experience in life has been that true happiness is not measured in zeros on a paycheck or a bank account. Rather, it's measured in relationships. I had that hammered home to me living on a tropical island in the Western Pacific, an island called Saipan, where there some of the happiest people that I knew were people of very limited means. They lived in a shack with a dirt floor, as happy as could be. And I often reflected why they were so happy. Well, it was the relationships. It's the relationships they had with family and with friends. It was the service that they provided to others. And as you move forward, I would encourage you to appreciate what you have. Value the existing relationships and develop new ones. Always be grateful. In fact, make sure to express gratitude to those who have supported you as you have walked this path to obtain your degree. As I tell folks, if you stop in at a Dollar General store for $1 whole, you can get thank you cards. Write those cards. Give those out to the ones that have supported you. Keep in mind that you could truly make a difference through your gratitude. It will also help you enjoy the journey. If wealth is your only or even your primary goal, you run the risk of a life that lacks genuine happiness or fulfillment. During my lifetime, it seems that the average home size has increased while the average family size has decreased. We have many more time-saving devices, yet families, even though they have less work, seems like they spend less time together. Or when they're spending time together, their attention is buried in their electronic devices. Affluence in our society is up, but happiness seems to be down. So I wonder, why doesn't money buy greater happiness? Professor Covey, who I mentioned earlier, he said this. He said, life is not about accumulation. Life is about contribution. So how can you contribute? How can you contribute to your friendships, your family? How can you be fulfilled in your work? How can you satisfy your desires? Well, you can do that by overcoming obstacles. You can focus on your family and your friends, the work, the challenges. You can focus on your relationship with your God and strengthening that. And you can think about what can you do to contribute to others. And that relates to my last piece of advice. Always keep in mind that, like it or not, you represent more than just yourself. You are connected to others, and your decisions and actions will impact them. I learned that lesson one summer day when I was supposed to cut my family's lawn. You know, I must have been 12 or 13 at the time. In fact, it seems like I had this special relationship with my lawn growing up. I remember having moved into a house in Sandy, Utah, and helping my parents put the lawn in. One day, I was eating a peanut butter sandwich, and lo and behold, I watched dairy cow after dairy cow start to walk past my window, chomping on my lawn. I told my mom, I said, "Mom, we've got cows in our backyard." My mother said, "Matt, stop using your imagination." I'm like, "Mom, there really are dairy cows in our backyard." She said, "Matt, I told you, stop lying." I said, "Mom, there's really dairy cows in our backyard." Sure enough, having grown up next to a dairy, the cows had trampled down the fence and they had decided that our grass was good enough for their daily meal. Fast forward 4 years, I was hoping to get those cows back, because what had happened was my dad had tasked me with not chomping the lawn, but mowing the lawn. Yard work and other chores felt like the bane of my existence. Probably didn't help that I was the oldest of 6 kids, and sometimes I felt like all of the responsibilities were excessively heaped on my shoulders. So one day, instead of having the cows chomp away, I was out cutting the lawn. As I was doing that, some of my friends stopped by to see if I could join them for a game of basketball. Now, if you haven't figured it out, I truly do love playing basketball. And at the time, I had only done half of the front lawn, and I still had the other half of the front and the backyard to cut. But as an all-knowing 13-year-old, I figured I deserved a break. The grass wasn't going anywhere. How quickly could it grow? Certainly, I could get back to the lawn later. To me, it really wasn't a big deal. It was just another task, another chore. So off to play basketball I went. And I remember, even to this day, the basketball games were great. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. So much so that I think I forgot about time. When I finally asked what time it was, I thought, uh-oh, I need to get home. Several hours had passed. And as I hopped, skipped, and jumped on my way home, I rounded the corner only to see my father, who had just gotten done with a really long day at work, sweat dripping from his brow, bringing the last bags of grass clippings out of the backyard to the curb for pickup by the garbage man the next day. My heart sank. Certainly I was doomed. I was sure my father would be furious with me, and I braced for the worst. I had to think of a strategy to avoid his wrath. So I rushed to his side, I apologized profusely, and I offered to complete the very last portion of my task, carrying the grass clippings to the curb. My father refused and continued with my task. Instead of yelling, he stopped and he expressed his disappointment in me. Said, "Matt, I'm disappointed." Boy, that pierced my soul. He then posed a simple question for me. He said, "Matt, what does it say about you and our family if you start a task only to leave it halfway done? Your efforts or your lack thereof are there for the entire world to see." My dad said that if you start something, Matt, you need to promptly finish it. And you need to do it both with care and with excellence. My father said, never give only half of an effort and never leave anything half done. Now, 34 years later, I still reflect upon that experience. It's taught me many valuable lessons, and perhaps one of the most strongest and valuable lessons centers around his words. Matt, what does it say about you and your family if you don't act with excellence? With this graduation, each one of you are forever part of the University of Akron family. Our institutional reputation reflects on you, and your individual reputation reflects back on us. So my advice to you, in the words of my father, is to always complete the task at hand with excellence. Step up, be proactive, do your family proud, do the University of Akron proud, and constantly think about ways that you can best contribute. Keep in mind that your future profession not only benefits you, but it somehow contributes to the greater good. See that your activities include the giving of your time, talents, and treasures to other people, to small causes and to great ones. Why? You've been equipped with tools here at the University of Akron that have empowered you to go out and to serve others. This will be a source of genuine and lasting joy for each one of you. I promise you that. Additionally, I want you to remember that each day will bring choices that shape the person and profession that you become. Fortunately, I've grown up a lot since that 13-year-old boy, one that quickly left to go and play and instead of finishing the task at hand. I've also learned many other valuable lessons that I think have served me well, and I encourage you to do the same. Not only look for ways to utilize your time and your talents and your efforts and your knowledge and skill, but look to go above and beyond what we see in society today. What are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of disharmony and discord. We're seeing a lot of criticism and judgment. We see bridges being burned instead of bridges being built. I would encourage you to use what you have learned here at the university, the knowledge that you have received, to go out and to be a peacemaker, to build bridges, to listen to others, to show respect, tolerance, compassion, and hope. You are the leaders of tomorrow. And as you choose to act ethically, responsibly, and consistently, you will be the leaders of today. The choices that you make not only shape who you are, but they shape your profession, and even to a degree, they shape society. As University of Akron graduates, you are destined to become leaders in your families, in your communities, in your professions, and in society as a whole. As you go forward, keep in mind that every small decision counts, just as much as great ones. I love the phrase, through small and simple things shall great things come to pass. Hold that close to you and realize the difference that you can make. Graduates, I hope that your experience here at your alma mater has taught you to do your best, to work hard, and to go beyond just accumulation and to contribute. Today, graduates, celebrate. Then continue this commencement tomorrow, and continue your commencement the day after and each day after that, by engaging this world with confidence, resolve, a goal, and gratitude. It's now time to go out into the world to make a difference. Make your family proud. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you. Sticking with the theme of alma mater, we feel it's appropriate at this point in time to invite everyone to rise and to join Catherine Swift in singing our alma mater. The words of our alma mater are provided on page 72 of your program, and we would be honored to have you sing along.
Beside Cuyahoga's waters, stream
Thank you. Please be seated. Now comes the moment that you've really waited for. I would now like to invite Provost Ramsier to come forward as we proceed with the awarding of the degrees.
Ladies and gentlemen, by your presence here today, we know that you understand the value of education. Universities are involved in expanding human knowledge. Our faculty and students do so by engaging in research and scholarly activity, which lead to new discoveries. The students you are about to meet have contributed to this process of knowledge creation. Will the Executive Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Chand Mitta, and the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree please rise. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the graduate school. With the approval of the Executive Dean and the graduate faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsier. Congratulations, candidates, on this remarkable achievement. Exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the highest requirements of this university the Doctor of Philosophy degree, with all rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Philosophy and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Philosophy, please come forward to receive your diploma as directed by the University Marshals. We ask the audience to please hold your applause until the last name has been called. From the College of Health Professions, receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Adebimpe Adedepe, hooded by Dr. Christine Greer. David Blankenship, hooded by Dr. Robert Schwartz. Yulia Fisher, hooded by Dr. Karen Jordan. Francesca Owu, hooded by Dr. Karen Jordan.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of a master's degree program. With the approval of the Executive Dean and the graduate faculty, they are now presented to you to receive their master's degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsare. And again, congratulations to you all. Again, exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the requirements the master's degree with all of the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now receive the appropriate diploma.
Candidates, please come forward as directed by the University Marshals. Again, we ask those of you in the audience to please hold your applause until the last name has been called. From the College of Health Professions, receiving the degree Master of Arts in Child Life Specialist, Allison Doney. Alec Van Dyke. Erica Zalecki. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Education, Gabriel Anderson. Caitlin Blackwell. Lashina Doxley. Amanda Gardner. Samantha Golden. Eve Griffin. Chanel Jackson. Ursula Jefferson. Sarah Connery. Krista Leidy. Ninjuan Ma. Dana Maurer. Shay McCreary. Kay Metzler. Anne Montgomery. Robert Singh Nijar. Jennifer Olin Hitt. Kirsten Sedmock. Taylor Slimmer. Kelly Smith. Melissa Tesmer. Zandra Thomas. Gina Vitullo. Chelsea Walton. Dawn Wojtrowski. Tasha Williford. Nicole Young. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Speech Language Pathology, Laura Beebe. Lindsay Bennett. Amanda Bright. Catherine Calnan. Madison Corrigan Alda. Anna DeBevick. Catherine Elias. Megan Fitzgerald. Corey Fleischer. Ashley Fox. Jennifer Graves. Jason Horn. Kelly Howard. Destiny Huggins. Michelle Hunter. Emily Husney. Courtney Kalman. Stephanie Moore. Kelly No. Christina Pierco. Danielle Raymond. Carly Slattery. Alyssa Staffieri. Alexandria Toothman. Kelly Vaughn. Shalise Wigand. Receiving the degree Master of Public Health, David Letterly. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Education, Faris Alamari. Mohammed Aljani. Mariah Bloom. Ashley Bonifant. Jessica Buckle. Melissa Carabine. Cameron Casimir. John Michael Chung. Wendell Christian Jr. Melissa Dreisbach. Tyler Dabina. Stephanie Eder. Kelsey Finocchi. Gabrielle Friedland. Amanda Gamble. Suzanne Ganaba. Grace Gribble. Casey Helms. Latalia Jones. Siram Jorage. Megan Kalba. Dierich Davis Kaluri. Alexander Lintner. Sarah Moore. Tyler Price. John Rice. Johnny Robinson Jr. Kristen Schaefer. Travis Springer. Angela Stolecki. Kenneth Zabo, receiving the Master of Science in Education in 2 disciplines. Jerome Turner. Gannon Vey. Hannah Worth. Desmond Young. Lauren Young. Receiving the degree Master of Science in Nursing, Sarah Alawat. Ellie Albertini. Stephen Aslanides. Carrie Astrab. Charlize Buchanan. Deanna Caveslio. Satinder Dylan Duger. Dina Dornack. Coming next. Daniel Kraus. Rachel Egley. Clytemnestra Fedak. Heidi Hummel. Beth Inman. Cicely Johnson. Rose Johnson. Nicole Kelsey. Saisi Kendig. Caroline Klein. Carrie Kurz. Faith Lanchey. Holly Luzader. Savita Mather. Brittany McLaughlin. Elizabeth McMillan. Margaret Miner. Victoria Moon. Meredith Molnar. Melissa Myers. Tracy Nauer. Zechariah Nitz. Stefan Papp. Jordan Sees. Angela Slates. Tammy Smithson. Stephanie Starsick. Helena Sewell. Jillian Teeter. Lauren Wellner. Nicole Williams. Allison Zeiger. Evelyn Zimpelman.
Receiving the degree, Master of Social Work, Anna Marie Adams. Elizabeth Albrecht. Wendy Biello. Shannon Bigler. Marilyn Bills. Saran Broomfield. Lauren Brown. Sharon Cade. Julissa Koblenz. Kayla Craig. Nancy Dunn. Felicia Etzweiler. Catherine Fertig. Jenna Fierro. Rachel Fox. Kimberly Gobble. Andrea Garrett. Alexandria Gonzalez. Sarah Hayes. Dorothy Hilaire. Jennifer Hoffman. Joseph Hoffman. Heather Hozan. Maggie Johnson. Brandon Jerkovich. Latasha Kennard. Teresa Kessick. Laura Knapp. Michelle Kreidler. Amelia Kreiner. Jacqueline Lang. Alexis Lee. Laura Meyer. Athena McCannon. Jaleesa McCleskey. Sarah McCormick. Caitlin McCreary. Monica Myers. Bobby Niedenthal. Carla Nussbaum. Morgan O'Neill. Christina Pennington. Jennifer Pierce. Vindy Powell. Rebecca Prather. Elizabeth Puckett. Jennifer Ramsey. Donia Roddy. Lauren Rohall. Ivan Rosa. Annalise Russell. Hannah Seegers. Sandra Shirkey. Brittany Tanner. Sylvia Thomas. Stephanie Trubig. Christina Varnes. Marlon Walker. Samantha Ward. Kelsey Wheeler. Nicole Whitmer. Kaylin Wood.
It is now appropriate that we give special recognition to those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement in completing an undergraduate degree. On page 12 of your program, you will find an explanation of the criteria for awarding these special designations. Recipients of academic honors are also noted individually in your program as well. As each group is called, I ask that the members of that group please rise and remain standing. As they do, I would ask that our audience take note of their honor cords, stoles, medallions. These are symbols of the exemplary accomplishments of our students. I would also ask that you hold all your applause until everyone has been recognized. So we'll start with those graduating summa cum laude, if they can rise, followed by those graduating magna cum laude, those graduating cum laude, those with highest distinction, any members of the Honors College, any members of any of our collegiate honor societies, and I'd also like to invite any members of the armed forces, either active or veterans, to stand and be recognized as well. There we go. All right. Thank you. Thank you and congratulations to you all. Now we will proceed with the conferral of the undergraduate degrees. Dr. Ramsey.
Will Dean Elizabeth Kennedy and the candidates for degrees from the College of Applied Science and Technology please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of one of the undergraduate degrees in their college. With the approval of the dean and the faculty, these students are now presented to you to receive their undergraduate degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsey, and congratulations to you all. Exercising the authority of the trustees of the University of Akron, legally vested by the people of the state of Ohio, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I now confer upon each of you who has fulfilled all of the requirements the appropriate degree, with all of the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. Graduates, would you please be seated for a moment? Now, candidates for the undergraduate degrees, as evidence of your achievements, you will be called to the stage to receive your diploma. I invite you to follow the directions of the University Marshals, and I look forward to the privilege of greeting each one of you personally on stage.
In appreciation and respect for all of our graduates, we would like you to hold your applause and any acknowledgments of your individual student so that our graduates and their guests are able to hear their names called. From the Buchtel College of Arts and Sciences, receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts, Alexandra Blair. Kiara Chapman. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science, cum laude, Keith Yeoman. From the College of Engineering, receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering, cum laude, Rebecca Zabo. From the Buchtel College of, from the College of Business Administration, receiving the degree Bachelor of Business Administration, Joseph Oduho. Summa cum laude, Sean Puholski. Matthew Rowland. From the College of Applied Science and Technology, receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems, Justin Borowski, also receiving Associate of Applied Business in Computer Information Systems. Summa cum laude, Joshua Bowers. Matthew Chrisman. Kenneth Cooper. Cum laude, James Du Bois, also receiving with distinction the Associate of Applied Business in Computer Information Systems. Casey Forshee. Magna cum laude, Craig Fraze. Alfonso Horner III. Thomas Howell. Magna cum laude, Ace Johns, also receiving with high distinction the Associate of Applied Business in Computer Information Systems. Aaron Jones. Danijel Martin. Cum laude, Stephen Negrini. Gregory Payton. James Pettit. Roman Smithana. Summa cum laude, John Strasser. Luke Teeters. Devin Weiss. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Construction Engineering Technology, Zachary Beednell. Christopher Brooker, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Construction Engineering Technology. Joseph Cavallo, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Construction Engineering Technology. Elise Clark, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Construction Engineering Technology. Cum laude, Blake Herron. Benjamin Imbergia. Andrew Pileggi. Kevin Strasser, also receiving the Bachelor of Science in Surveying and Mapping. Magna cum laude, Zachary Stroll. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Magna cum laude, Hamad Al-Bulali, also receiving with high distinction the Associate of Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Mohammed Al-Yubi. Magna cum laude, Dustin Boley. Joseph Conley. Nicholas DeVito, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Judah Gammon. Joseph Halas, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Christopher Holly. Timothy Holt. Logan Johnson. Joshua Jones. Austin Morgan, also receiving the Associate Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Nicholas Oriti. Brandon Robinson. Cum laude, Tyler Schwartz. Connor Shalaski. Michael Smith Sr., also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Technology. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Emergency Management and Homeland Security, Cody Collins. Nicholas Collins. Greg Conway. Christopher Dent. Thomas Donley. Summa cum laude, Logan Embley. Elise Fine. Brittany Gommond. Davon Green, also receiving the Associate of Arts. Magna cum laude, Jessica Hamad. Kyle Coachway. Cum laude, Bilal Rashul. Andrew Samison. Summa cum laude, Christine Scott. Cum laude, Anthony Simonetta. Taran Sloan. Cum laude, Evan Smith. Derek Volk. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology, Abdul Manan Al-Sheikh. Also receiving the Associate Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology, Fahad Al-Tareki. Isan Bukhari. Magna cum laude, Ader Chinwaquad. Drew Chisler. David Frederick, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Ross Grimm, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Gregory Haas. Brendan Houlihan. Cum laude, Joshua Jameson. Summa cum laude, Kevin McGinnis. Ashley Moore. Andrew Morris, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Michael Morrison. Brandon Nilsson, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Joshua Taylor, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Mark Vecchio. Ammon White, also receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Organizational Supervision. Qasim Muhammad Ali. Tanya Anderson. Summa cum laude, Alexis Bates. Robert Beach. Amita Burkett. Robert Bonnet. London Carter. Judith Chambers. Travante Cole. David Cox. Violet Daniels. Summa cum laude, Kevin Darty, also receiving with highest distinction the Associate of Arts. Edward Dennefield. Ethan Dilbeck. Samuel Draper. Stephanie Dye. Jennifer EQ. Dinatha Etner. Jocelyn Fluker. Alexandria Forte, also receiving the Associate of Applied Business and Hospitality Management. Haley Gloss. Douglas Gorski. Michael Groff, Jr. Daryl Hartman. Courtney Jacobs. Deontay Jones. Cum laude, Taylor Libby. Taylor Lynn. Teresia Lutz. Thomas Mangrum. Michael Means, Jr. Kyle Mosser. Charisse Motley. Christina Murray, also receiving the Associate of Arts. Namdi Obi, also receiving the Associate of Applied Business in Computer Information Systems. Alyssa Orlandi. Desiree Fillmore. Summa cum laude, Rebecca Peach. Alexandria Robinson. Vincent Rogers, also receiving the Associate of Arts. Kimberly Rowland. Marissa Romanchik, also receiving the Associate of Arts. Cum laude, Lacey Rowe. Lydia Rundle. Desiree Chenault. Timothy Schmuel. Magna cum laude, Susan Smith. Amy Stang. Megan Street. Megan Tapp. Jalen Twitty. Jeremy Wall.
Receiving a degree Bachelor of Science in Surveying and Mapping. Stephen Capelli, also receiving Associate of Applied Science in Land Surveying. Kenneth Stevenson, also receiving Associate of Applied Science in Land Surveying. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Business in Business Management Technology. Tashana Anderson. Madison Draffen. Taylor Jacob. With highest distinction, Lance Stillings II. Christine Wassam. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Business in Computer Information Systems. Taylor Marchetta. Nicholas Nemeth. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Business in Hospitality Management, Trevin Baer. Aaliyah Craig. With distinction, Courtney Fisher. With highest distinction, Brandon Hartel. Nisha Malone. With high distinction, Sapri Porter. Sarah Spicer. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Electronic Engineering Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Fire Protection Technology, Justin Heller. Douglas Karn. Christopher Moore. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Land Surveying, Tyler Herwiden. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Manufacturing Engineering Technology, with distinction, Kevin Arters. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology, with distinction, Jeremy Mason. Rayan Sarafi. Shang Yang. Receiving the degree Associate of Applied Science in Paralegal Studies, Mackenzie Cox. Receiving the degree Associate of Arts, Dwight Austin, Jr. Marissa Beasley. Eldon Bogdanovich. With high distinction, Benjamin Benton. De Niro Beverly. Alexis Boyer. Haley Brake. Mija Brown. Duvaja Caldwell. Emma Carson, Jr. With distinction, Drew Chambers. Cynthia Clark. Devontre Cohen. With distinction, Jaylene Davis. With high distinction, Najee Davis. Ariana Deal. Spencer DeVoe. With high distinction, Sabrina Ertel. Andrew Philberg, Jr. Olivia Fitzpatrick. Thomas Flick. Shantisha Franklin. Alexander Garrett. Sierra Geisman. Nathan Hamp. Camille Houston. With distinction, Dua Hussein. Tira Jenkins. Emily Johnson. Jamie Johnson. Morgan Lee. Tierra Lee. David Lewis II. With high distinction, Dominique Linton. Delante Marshall, also receiving Associate of Science. James Martin III. Romarius McElroy. Stacia Miller. Robin Porter. Amira Rahim. Jonathan Rasavong. Justin Rumel. Jamil Scott. Christina Sherman. Jameja Smith. Christopher Starr. Dayona Taylor. With high distinction, Kelsey Thine. With distinction, Erica Tinsley. Lanae Watkins. Daryl Williams. Shelby Zemek. Receiving the degree Associate of Science, Macaulay Bolliard Pinzania. With distinction, Bryn Burgee. With high distinction, Tyler Carter. Erica Cody. Kamari Davis. With highest distinction, Isabella Dillon. Fallon Hamilton, also receiving Associate of Arts. With highest distinction, Iman Hassan. Christopher Horn. Madav Kanal. Emran Kresnichi. With high distinction, Damiana Merriweather. With highest distinction, Sandos Michal. Christina Myers. With high distinction, Dakota Noland. With distinction, Tabriana Richardson. With high distinction, Destiny Roberts. Mariah Roper. Cynthia Vu. Receiving the degree Associate of Technical Study, Israel Robinson.
So class of 2017, it's now time to signify your new status as graduates of the University of Akron by turning your tassels to the left side of your mortar boards. Go, and congratulations. So graduates, no one makes the journey to this day alone. I talked about that in some of my remarks. You've been supported in so many ways by parents, spouses, friends, and other loved ones. In many cases, they have worked and sacrificed much to help you achieve this dream. So, I think that it would only be appropriate if you, as graduates, stood, turned, and express your appreciation to all of your supporters. All right, so you guys can be seated now. Now, I only think that it would be fair before we go into the final portion of our ceremony, if those who have joined us in the audience, if they had the opportunity now to give you a shout out. So audience, now it's your turn to congratulate your graduates. I love it. So with all the love in this room, with all the love, excitement in this room, the thing that comes into my mind is let's go Zips. And so now, as you are alumni of the university, I'm going to ask Mr. Zip himself, Mr. William Coleman, class of 2008 and 2010, Director of our Alumni Relations, to officially welcome you into the University of Akron Alumni Association. Willie.
Thank you, President Wilson, and congratulations, fellow alumni. As we draw near the end of this special commencement ceremony, a day which you have indeed earned, you will rise from your seat and walk out these doors of this great hall, a proud graduate of the University of Akron. But before you do, you need to know that you are about to become part of a larger family. A family made up of more than 176,000 Akron alumni spanning the world. In 1870, this university was founded on the principles of equal education and philanthropy. Just 3 years later, our university, then known as Buchtel College, graduated its very first student, a woman named Susie Chamberlain, who earned a Bachelor of Science degree. That year, Buchtel College graduated 4 students. This weekend, we graduate nearly 3,000. That is 3,000 graduates who will join a solid foundation of Akron alumni, grounded in achievement, one with a reputation for putting our heads down and going to work. We are national champions. We are Olympic medalists. We are business owners, award-winning writers, artists, educators, We are the Akron Blue and Gold. We are a family. We take care of our own, and we zips are everywhere. As Alumni Director, I extend to each of you an invitation to build and strengthen this common bond, to stay involved with your alma mater, from recruiting new zips to mentoring current ones, to sharing your professional experiences to a class where you once were a student, and when given the opportunity to do so, to hire your fellow zips. For there now exists among us an eternal linkage. Know that your achievements will add to the collective success of our alma mater, our community, our nation, and our world. So, on behalf of more than 176,000 alumni worldwide, I am pleased and very honored to welcome you as members of the University of Akron Alumni Association. Best wishes in all you do, fellow alumni, and go Zips!
So, no commencement ceremony would be complete without hearing from one of your own out of the class of 2017. So today, the class of 2017's response will be delivered by Zachary Stroll. Before I call Zachary forward, allow me to tell you a little bit about him. Zach graduates today magna cum laude from the College of Applied Science and Technology, having earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Construction Engineering Technology. He has made the Dean's List 4 times, the President's List twice, and an Academic All-American twice. He also earned the 2016 Outstanding Student Award from the Construction Engineering Technologies Bachelor Program. Zach has completed co-op education with Professional Service Industries in Canton, Ohio, and he's worked at Precise Graphics in Pennsylvania. He's also been an active volunteer with the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, Make a Difference Day, the Akron Community Health Fair, and several other events. Finally, recall that I said that Zach was an academic All-American. He is among the most talented and skilled marksmen on our university's highly ranked NCAA Division I rifle team. Zach has competed in the Junior Olympics and has won state and regional championships. He is the son of Kevin and Carol of Bartow, Pennsylvania, and he has accepted a position as a project engineer with Welty Building Company of Fairlawn. Zach, we are truly honored to invite you to come forward and address the spring 2017 class.
Thank you, President Wilson, and thank you, Mr. Coleman, for your welcome to the University of Akron Alumni Association. On behalf of the spring 2017 graduating class, I proudly accept your invitation to continue our relationship with our alma mater by joining the Alumni Association. So today I'd like to talk about comfort zones. To some of us, this may mean finding your niche and sticking with it. And to others, it might be a place where you can sit, watch television, and eat a whole pizza. Almost as often, we hear experts and celebrities tell us that we absolutely must step outside of our comfort zone if we want to succeed at anything. And for some applications, this may be the correct way to go. But I believe it is just important to stay inside of your comfort zone. I remember move-in day during my freshman year like it was yesterday. Those of you who have lived on campus will recall that this day is a very overwhelming experience for both our families and us students. There are a wide array of emotions happening. Anything from, see you in 4 years, Mom and Dad, to, are you sure you want to leave me here? I happen to be one of the students saying the second statement. During that first week, I found myself sitting in my dorm room depressed and only thinking about home. I was definitely outside of my comfort zone. Akron may not seem like a big city to most people, but I'm from a rural township in southeastern Pennsylvania. Growing up, I became an avid outdoorsman, spending most of my free time in the woods or playing by a creek. Really, I probably saw more wildlife than people on most days. Here, there just seemed to be too many people and way too many cars. I had stepped so far out of my comfort zone, I was miserable. And after about a week of dreading what would happen the next day, I decided to bring some of my comfort zone into Akron. So I Googled hunting and fishing in Akron, Ohio. I was amazed at what I found. And fast forward 4 years, I now go fishing in the Lake Erie tributaries at least twice a week. I probably put as much research into it as I did for all my classes. While I love the outdoors, I'm also a competitive target shooter, which helped me replicate my comfort zone here. I was a proud member of the Zips rifle team for my past 4 years of attendance here. Shooting is a very challenging sport. Instead of training to be faster or stronger, we train to be as still and focused as humanly possible. Movies and TV make impossible shots look easy, but there's a good reason why the shooting sports are in the Olympics. If you think golfing requires concentration, try hitting a target the size of a pointy end of a toothpick. Yeah, I said a toothpick from 50 feet with a projectile the size of a pencil eraser, and then do it over and over again, in fact, 120 times per match. Competitions are won and lost by just a micrometer or two. Akron has a nationally respected Division I rifle team, and I'm grateful to have been a part of it. So I guess the greatest lesson I learned here in Akron is you don't have to leave your comfort zone as long as you're willing to broaden it or change its shape. Invite others in and share ideas, because that will only make your comfort zone better. Your comfort zone helps you to function and is what makes you, you. Respect yours, respect others, and celebrate when your comfort zones overlap. Don't think of today as leaving your comfort zone. Today, you're making it bigger. Congratulations to all, happy Mother's Day, and most of all, go Zips.
Now, in closing, I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge the many individuals whose good work made this ceremony possible. First, let us thank our musicians, beginning with our vocalist, Mrs. Catherine Swift. Our guitarist who serenaded each one of you as you walked across the stage, Mr. Tyler Spudliso. And Dr. Christopher Blaha and the University of Akron Brass Choir. Let us also thank the University Marshals, whom you see in the gold robes. They are wonderful faculty and staff who volunteered their time to make this possible today. And last but not least, let us also thank our interpreter, Ms. Rebecca Cole. And so we now conclude our commencement ceremony. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and the University of Akron family everywhere, I wish you much happiness, much success, and many happy returns to your alma mater. And to all the mothers and grandmothers in attendance, best wishes for a happy Mother's Day. We love you. Thank you.
As we conclude our commencement exercises, we ask the stage party to please rise and remain standing. We ask our graduates to rise and remain standing. Guests of our graduates, please remain seated until our recessional has concluded. We also suggest that you meet your graduate on the Thomas Hall Plaza. Thank you for attending the 220th commencement exercises of the University of Akron, and go Zips!